Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to share something a little different with you. Many of us know about doctors, but we don't really know how their daily life looks. We imagine doctors only in hospitals, wearing white coats, holding stethoscopes, and rushing from one patient to another. But the truth is, their life is more complex and more interesting than that. In this video, I will take you through a typical day in the life of a doctor, from the moment they wake up in the morning until they finally go to sleep at night. I want to show not only the work they do, but also the emotions, challenges, and small moments that make their job so unique. So, let's get started. A doctor's day usually begins very early, sometimes before sunrise. Imagine the alarm ringing at 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning. While many people are still sleeping, the doctor is already preparing for a long and busy day. They wash their face, drink a quick cup of coffee, and check their phone for any urgent messages from the hospital. Some doctors like to review their patient list for the day even before leaving home, just to know what kind of cases are waiting for them. This short preparation helps them to mentally focus on the challenges ahead. Once they arrive at the hospital, the real journey begins. Doctors usually start their shift with morning rounds. This is the time when they visit each patient, check their condition, look at the reports, and discuss treatment with nurses and colleagues. Morning rounds are important because they set the plan for the whole day. For example, if a patient's blood pressure is not stable, the doctor needs to adjust the medication. If someone is recovering well after surgery, the doctor may plan to discharge them. These decisions are small but very important for the patient's health and safety. But being a doctor is not just about treating patients physically, it is also about supporting them emotionally. During the rounds, doctors listen to patients' concerns, fears, and sometimes even their personal stories. Imagine a patient lying in bed, worried about the future. A few kind words from the doctor can give them hope and courage. This emotional connection is what makes medicine more than just science. It makes it human. After rounds, the doctor usually heads to the outpatient clinic. This is where dozens of patients wait for consultations. Some people come with simple issues, like a headache or stomach pain, while others bring more complex problems. The doctor listens carefully, asks questions, checks symptoms, and sometimes orders tests. Each patient is different, and each requires time, attention, and empathy. Even though the waiting room is often full and the schedule is tight, doctors try to give each person the feeling that they are heard and understood. The clinic hours can be very intense. Imagine sitting in the same chair for hours, meeting patient after patient, writing reports, signing prescriptions, and making quick but important decisions. It is mentally exhausting. Yet, this is the moment when doctors truly serve society. They are problem solvers, detectives, and caregivers all at once. When the morning passes, it is finally time for a short lunch break. However, for many doctors, lunch is not a relaxed meal but something quick and simple, maybe a sandwich or a small salad eaten in just a few minutes. Sometimes they don't even have time to sit properly because emergencies can happen at any moment. While other people enjoy long lunch breaks with friends, doctors often eat while reading patient files or checking test results. And just when they think they can relax for a few minutes, the phone rings. A nurse calls from the emergency department, asking for urgent help. This is the unpredictable part of a doctor's daily life. No matter how carefully they plan their schedule, emergencies can always change everything. Suddenly, the doctor is running down the hallway, preparing to save a life. This adrenaline, this sudden shift from calm to chaos, is something that only doctors truly understand. After finishing my morning rounds, I usually go to my office for a short break. I drink some water, check my emails, and look at the medical records of new patients. This part of the day is quieter, but it is still very important. I need to stay updated on every detail because small mistakes can cause big problems. Being a doctor means carrying responsibility all the time. Sometimes during this break, I also receive phone calls from other doctors or from patients' families. They ask about treatments, medicines, or recovery times. I always try to explain everything clearly because families are often very worried. I know that simple words can give them peace and hope. After the break, I usually have meetings with medical students or young doctors. Teaching is a big part of my daily life. I show them how to analyze symptoms, how to use medical equipment, and how to talk to patients with kindness. I remember when I was a student, I learned so much from my mentors. Now it is my turn to guide the new generation of doctors. This makes me proud, but it also reminds me that medicine never stops changing. We must always keep learning. In the afternoon, I often perform small medical procedures. For example, I might stitch a wound, remove an infection, or check scans in detail. Each case is unique. Sometimes what looks simple at first becomes complicated, and I must think quickly. This is where teamwork becomes very important. Nurses, assistants, and doctors all work together like parts of one body. Around this time of day, I usually feel a little tired, but I also feel motivated. I remind myself that every patient is a human being who trusts me. That thought gives me energy to continue. I often tell myself, if I do my best for this person, maybe their life will become brighter. That belief keeps me strong. Later in the afternoon, I return to patient rooms to see how they are feeling. Some patients smile and say they feel better. Others look worried or in pain. When I see their emotions, I realize that being a doctor is not only about treating the body, but also about supporting the heart and mind. A kind word can sometimes heal more than medicine. After lunch, I go back to the hospital. The afternoon is usually very busy. Many patients come to see me. Some of them are children, some are young people, and some are old. I listen carefully to each patient. Listening is the most important part of my job. I ask questions about their health, and I try to understand how they feel. Then I give them advice or medicine if they need it. Sometimes I need to go to the emergency room. In the emergency room, patients can be very sick or injured. I have to act quickly and stay calm. For example, I may see someone with a broken arm or someone who has trouble breathing. In those moments, I focus only on helping the patient. I do not think about anything else. It is difficult, but it is also the reason I became a doctor. In the late afternoon, I usually write notes about the patients I saw. I put information in the computer so that the next doctor can understand their situation. This takes a lot of time, but it is very important. If I do not write good notes, another doctor may not know what to do next. Around 5 p.m., I often have meetings with other doctors and nurses. We talk about the patients and share ideas. Working as a doctor is not only about knowledge, it is also about teamwork. When we help each other, we can give better care to people. I feel lucky to have colleagues who work hard every day. When my shift is finished, sometimes I stay longer at the hospital if there are many patients. Other times I can go home on time. On the way home, I often think about the people I met during the day. I hope they get better soon. Being a doctor means carrying the stories of many people in your heart. At home, I like to relax with my family. We eat dinner together and talk about our day. Sometimes I read a book or watch TV. I also check medical news online, because medicine is always changing and I need to learn new things. Before going to bed, I prepare my bag for the next day. I put my stethoscope, notebook, and some pens inside. Then I drink a cup of tea and try to sleep early. Sleep is very important for doctors, because the next day can always bring new challenges. This is my daily life as a doctor. It is not easy, but it is meaningful. Every day I try to help people feel better. That is the reason I chose this job, and it gives me purpose. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to Goodnight English for more interesting lessons. See you next time.